Hi, everybody. Guess what? It's Tuesday. And guess what? We might be going into shutdown again in California. So, who knows? There may be season 2 of senior jail. One thing this whole thing has taught is flexibility. Got to be flexible. It's kind of like the one rule that always operates in an addicted home is the only thing you can depend on is that you can't depend on anything. Now, there was a time in my life that wasn't funny, but it's funny today. I think it's funny that we humans try to be in control. And, as I've said 150 times, we need to take our lessons from nature. The birds get fed. They fly where they need to be. They find a place to have babies. They find some place when it's cold. The trees simply sit there. They blow with the wind. They don't think about it. They don't worry about it. They don't compare. They don't wring their hands. It's just us chickens that do that. So, anyway, our governor's going to talk to us tomorrow, and the latest statistics are 1 in every 149 people in California is infected. So the surge here is real. Let's just say that. And please, do not engage in why this thing is going up. Is it because we're testing more? Is it because the protesters did it? Is it because the people who went to the bars and the beaches first? Who cares? Stop blaming. Just know that we may be in a rush again for toilet paper. I hope you didn't rest on your laurels while you were in this kind of semi-shutdown and get too fancy and forget to buy more TP. Anyway, one of the things I want to talk about, I've been reading a book from a woman that touching my face. There's a lady in Dallas that I consult quite often, and she's a metaphysical teacher and has helped me a great deal with replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. So one of the practices she has me do and remember is whatever you put into it, you get tenfold back. So if you put in a bunch of negativity, you're going to get tenfold back. She was telling me a time when she was not very prosperous and she still was coming back from class or something that was hungry. So she stopped and ended up buying snacks or something to eat. It was like $7.49 or something like that. She paid it, said that little affirmation. I freely give this $7.49 and I get tenfold back. So as she drove in the driveway, her ex-husband was standing in the driveway and he brought the children back. And she gets out of the car and greets him and he says, we're having company. He and his new wife were having company next weekend and we need some more beds. Do you still have that rollaway bed? And if so, I'll pay you $75 for it. And she just smiled and she said, why, certainly. So what she had spent $7.49, she got an extra penny, tenfold back in a couple of hours driving home. And he handed her $75 for the bed. So what are you putting out there? And what do you want back in tenfold? Ooh, you don't want tenfold negativity. So I don't know whether you've been discouraged. I've loved being home and seeing the different silver linings that have happened as a result of COVID. But the last, let's see, what is today? Maybe the last 2 weeks, I thought, okay, I'm done. This can be over now. Who do I sound like? Anyway. And then I moved into a space where I couldn't really identify what I was feeling. But it was definitely a weird period. I don't let my students in group get away with saying they felt weird. That's not a feeling. It wasn't depression. It wasn't anger. It was, wouldn't go so far as to say it was acceptance, but seemed very odd that it was more of I was in an observer state. It seemed very odd that we were still having to go through this. Now, isn't it interesting how we make up these rules in our head? I've talked about those before, but somehow, one thing I recognized early on is that I thought, wait a minute, how can this be affecting me? I didn't think once you had cancer, I didn't think you would have to go through anything bad again. And I had to laugh at myself because I thought, where did that thought come from? Somehow you are exempt from life on life's terms because you had cancer? Now, please. And so I had to laugh at myself about that. And then this was almost like, it's almost like I thought, okay, we'll do this for a little bit. But by mid-July, definitely August, it'll be okay and we'll all be back to normal. And I thought, no, we won't be back to normal. There's no normal. I hate the word new normal. Why do we want everything to be back the way it was? We're on a precipice. Things are different. Things are changing. Never has an American been so unwanted all over the world. And everything is changing. So I guess what I'm having to do for myself is, first of all, stop thinking, how weary and tiresome and boresome after a while. Just do the next right thing. Wash your hair, brush your teeth, go pick up the 3 dishes you've left on some table somewhere. You'll find yourself thinking, okay, now let's see, can we do this in January? Can we do this in, you don't know, I don't know, who knows? So stop, come back into the present, and take it in stride. Well, I look at these cats. You all hear them all the time when I'm trying to do video. I don't know why Bandit's not yowling. He's sitting right here. But, oh, he heard his name. He might start yowling. They're just as peaceful as they can be. You know that verse that says, consider the birds of the air and the lilies of the field. Don't worry about tomorrow. They don't worry about tomorrow. He's just as peaceful as he can be. Somehow, it'll all work out. I hope y'all are having a good day. It's just, I think the best thing for us to do is don't think, stay in the moment, eat good food, get plenty of rest, wash your hands, wear your mask, do what you were taught to do in kindergarten. We might have the same kind of awe and love for life that those little ones do. Anyway, I love you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. I'll see you maybe Friday. Anyway, have a good week. Bye.